For us moms, it is always difficult to make our kids learn how to read properly. And in today's phonics is one thing which is the need of an hour if your child wants to read. And we moms still don't know what phonics is and how can we teach our kids about phonics because school curriculum don't follow phonics. So today we have Kiran ma'am who will going to tell us everything about phonics. If you like the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such amazing content podcast on kids and moms. So hi Kiran ma'am, आप एक phonics teacher हो. How phonics teacher is different from a conventional English teacher?
Hi, Dr. Garima. First of all, thank you for having me over.
Thank you.
Absolutely honored to be a part of your podcast.
Thank you.
Well, your first question was how phonics are different from other
Yeah.
teaching methods. So they're absolutely different. It's a very structured program. It makes reading very, very easy for children. Like it becomes very
Okay.
effortless for them. So
Okay.
there is no rote learning when we, do through phonics.
Yeah. So, what actually is phonics? If you want to explain it to teach to moms who absolutely don't know anything about it, because even I remember when my first child was there, she was two and a half. Everybody was talking about phonics, and I was not understanding what phonics is. What's this hawa about? So, how you will explain in just terms that what phonics is?
So basically, we teach children sounds.
Okay.
So first of all, phonics are not something that is new right now. It's a very very old technique. When you read Hindi and you try to join two vyanjans like gh, r, and you read it as ghar,
Ghar.
right? It is
Right.
absolutely the same way. We teach children sounds and then we teach them how to basically join the sounds, blend the sounds, and make words. So
Okay.
it's a so the kind of programs that I conduct, I divide them into three different levels.
Okay.
So first we teach children just the sounds because it makes it very easy for them. So
Okay.
through various techniques, we would involve storytelling or maybe magic box or any one of the techniques. So we do craft, we have a lot of fun around each sound.
Okay.
Once we are done with sound, then we teach them how to blend. So it becomes very easy for them.
Okay.
Yes.
So in level one, you are saying, so you'll be teaching all the 26 sounds to the child.
Correct. Actually, there are 42 sounds in Jolly Phonics.
Okay.
But first, I introduce them 20 to 26. Then we
Yes.
move on to reading ladder level 1. That's the, the second level.
Yeah.
So that's when we start reading with the children.
Okay.
So, if you pick up any, Delhi school or maybe any other, curriculum, CBSE curriculum, the way they do reading is that they would introduce families to the children, add family, am family, am
Yes,
family.
yes,
So you're
right.
restricted to 3-letter words only.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And maybe they would just do one or two diagrams like ch, and straight away they give you textbooks to read. And then you get like a shock of your life that how do I teach them reading? But here it's very different. So the whole sequence is also structured in a very different form. So
Okay.
as and when we are doing sounds, we start making words. So we don't have to wait for to finish all 26 sounds and make words, right?
Right.
So and then children are able to read bigger words very, very easily. So I think now the mothers are also getting to learn. They're also becoming really aware of about a lot of things. So I think it's a beautiful method to teach children reading.
So, to summarize it, in first level, we'll teach them 26 normal sounds from A to Z. Okay? And then we will start joining those with letters to make 3 and 4 letters and big letters word also kids can read. And in phonics, like why then school don't opt for phonics if it is like going super great? Why they are still stuck to traditional methods? I think we have also read through traditional methods also.
Correct. I think it's about bringing a change in your system. Which so I'm from Gurgaon. So when I
Okay.
moved to Delhi and I was working with I worked with two schools here.
Yeah.
I felt that they don't want to switch to the new methodology right now. They're not ready for it. And I felt that if you can make something very, very easy for the child, why not? Right? So they make it very cumbersome, that they would just tell you that, read 3 letter words, 4 letter words. And also, here the schools are pressurized to finish the CBSE curriculum. Are you getting me? So
Yeah.
if there are 40 kids, one teacher cannot cater to all 40 kids, right? So for this, that is why when our role comes in, right? So we have a smaller batch size. We kind of, train the mothers. We tell them what is it all about. So when they understand all of this, and then they feel, oh wow, it is so easy. But
Yeah.
we've been after our child, read a book, read a book, read a book, or maybe read the words. But are you giving your child the right book? Or are you introducing your child to the right, words? No, you're not. So that's where our role comes in.
So perfect. So, from what age we can start this phonic teaching to the child?
See, when it is physical, when they are physical classes, we can start from the age of 2.6. They're
Okay.
absolutely ready. But because I'm catering to more of online, children and mothers, so I start from the age of 3.
3.
Yes,
Okay.
like my daughter is 2.5. She can already blend. You give her any word, like give her 2 3 sounds, she would just blend and make a word out of it. So
That's
I never,
perfect.
sat with her, and I was never like, you have to do it. In a very fun way, in a very engaging way. I was just doing sounds with her, and I was teaching her, and she picked up, like this. So it is how you are even teaching your child. It depends on that also.
Yeah. And do 3-year-old kids sit for 40 minutes class? Are they not diverted towards other things? Or you make them hook to them, hook to
I would
the
take that credit. I don't make them hooked to
hook to,
it.
to
Yes,
yourself.
yes, because we send a kit to them. So
Oh,
yes,
right.
so there's a whole kit that we ship. So if you open the kit, there are many packets in it. So with
Okay.
every sound, there is something new that they would be doing, like a
Oh,
craft activity, or maybe a painting activity, or something they would be doing. And
right.
also, you're right. With this age, it is difficult to
Yes,
grab their
grab their
attention.
attention.
Yes, but I keep changing, activities after every 7 to 8 minutes. So then they don't even realize when 40 minutes pass by.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just tell them, go run, get this. So they're not just sitting in front of the screen and
Screen.
listening. And it's two-way learning. So you don't have to just mute yourself, and you don't have to just keep listening. So I tell them, unmute, answer, I'm doing story, you've talked to me. So then they feel a part of the class.
Right. And rightly you said, I think making kids fun way and making them part of the class, then only you can teach them. Otherwise, surely it becomes really very difficult. How about reading the words like is, that, there are some special words.
Correct.
Uh, do phonics also include those special words? Because in schools, like my daughter, she's 6, and in grade 1, they are considering as high frequency words.
Correct.
And these are matlab, alag alag, they have different books for this. And can a child with phonics can read those words also?
They can. That is absolutely included in my program also. And the moment we introduced reading to them, like I said, in the second level, we call them tricky words.
Okay,
So
tricky words,
yeah,
yeah.
they all are same. You call them high frequency words, you call them sight words, you call them tricky words. All of them are same. So because without those words, you will not be able to read sentences.
Sentence.
And in my level, like reading level 1, so basically I want the child to read books, right? So if I want them to read books, I have to introduce them to these tricky words. But
Absolutely.
there is a technique through which I introduce, and it becomes very easy for them again to kind
Understand
of, yes,
and read.
and read. Yes. Now, when I say I want to introduce them to books, you have to be very sure what kind of books you're giving to your child. You
Yeah,
can't just teach them, joining the, like, blending, and you tell them that pick up any book and start reading.
absolutely.
So you have to first give them decodable books, the books that are to be read phonetically.
Okay.
So once the child starts reading decodable books, they get such a high that now I can read books. So they become more confident. It boosts their confidence. And then they're ready for level 2, where we cover, all the diagraphs, like, like two sounds when they come together, like and when it's together, it makes the sound sh.
Sure.
Your ch, the th, all of these
Yeah.
diagrams, and diphthongs also we cover. alternative spelling rules. So you won't even realize that when your child will be, writing bigger words without making spelling mistakes.
Spelling mistakes. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember my daughter telling, write her, this you will be able to write with magic E.
Correct.
Right? This is the same way.
Correct.
Cool. So you told me about book, okay? So phonetic books. So there are specific books which we can introduce them in the starting, like for the level 1, for the level 2, and do they come with your kit, or are they otherwise also available in the market?
So they're available in the market. We
Okay.
send you links and you can just order them. And so there are a set of books that you need to order. So like in my program, I conduct a Readomania challenge for them. So
Okay.
where they have to kind of finish the challenge in 15 days and they have to read 15 books. So they're not very thick books. They're thin story books, but they feel very happy that today I read one entire story.
Story, yeah.
And after 15 days, once, and you have to keep sharing your videos. Once I've received 15 videos, then I send them something. Then I send a surprise for them, like it's a trophy or maybe a gift. So that's where they feel that, after 15 days, something is going to come from them.
So you're bribing them to read books. I think that's the perfect way. Otherwise, you can't make your child read.
Absolutely. Then, parent tells me that after 15 days, the 16th day, my child says, Mama, where is my book reading time? Can you come and sit with me?
Absolutely.
So the whole idea is to make them fall in love with books.
I think that book culture is getting away with the kids very soon. Ab jahan se we are introduced to so much of digital media, yes, introducing them books, it becomes very, very important. So, Kiran ma'am, you are saying that if you want your child to read English properly, phonics is the foundation.
Absolutely.
Okay. So reading is one part. Now, what about vocabulary building? How phonics introduction and teaching kids phonics from 3 years of age help in vocabulary building of the child?
See, when we, in my Soundbox program, where we do sounds with the children, I expose them to a lot of vocabulary. Also, Dr. Garima, don't you think a lot of vocabulary comes with reading? The more you read, the more you build your vocabulary.
Yes, I think that's
So,
also very important.
eventually, reading also helps you to build your vocabulary.
Yeah, but then whenever you introduce words also, there are a lot of words will be introduced. Do you explain those words also to the child? Like for example, if you have given any long word to the child, it's different maybe. Do phonics teacher also tell them what different means?
Absolutely, we do tell them. But the funniest part is that now the kids are already exposed to, so because most of the parents are talking in English, right?
Yeah.
So they already know a lot many words, and kids unmute and ask, "Ma'am, what is the meaning of this word?" So yes, we do take a pause, explain them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think explaining and building their vocabulary is very, very important. How about special education kids? Can phonics be taught to autistic child?
Absolutely, it can be taught because, but there are special educators who take classes for these children because they need one-on-one.
Okay.
Yes. And the educator needs to understand the level of the child, and the problem, and so she handles her
Better
more.
way. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of courses are coming up with like 3 days phonics course, and you will be profound like for mothers that you will be ekdam phonics experts, and then you'll be able to teach, or then you'll be able to teach your kids also and outside also. Can somebody learn phonics in just 3 days?
See, with my experience, mine was not 3 days. So I have been in this industry for past 15 years now.
Oh.
So, when I moved to Delhi and I realized that, I'm working in a school, but actually I'm unlearning what I've learned all these years because, Delhi schools, still a lot of schools are very conventional in their approach, right? So that made me, think, and I sat through, I was talking to my husband that, I don't feel good when I'm, teaching children in a very conventional way because there are, other methods to teach them.
Yeah.
So I started this phonic land. That's when, that's what made me start this thing. So with me, it's not just 3 days. It's over the years I've gathered a lot of experience. Yes, I did the program, but it is with a lot of experience that you're able to transfer what you have.
Yeah. And
Yes,
how about moms doing those courses? Can they teach their kids very profoundly?
yes, they can.
They can. Perfect. Do you think that in due course of time, phonics will be introduced to the board education and
It should be.
it should be?
It's my from deep within. I feel it should be in
Yeah.
this sense because we want the children to learn something very easily, something something that you can make it very interesting for the child, but
Yeah.
we just keep making it very tough for them. So I feel they should make it easy for children.
So another question which a lot of moms have in brain is कि अगर हम if we go to teach phonics outside and school will not going to follow the phonics part, will it not be confusing for the child to think from a two different perspective because they are going to do only the family's words, and in phonics the we read on absolutely different way, so will it not confuse the child?
I have a simple question here for you.
Yeah.
What is your eventual goal for your daughter? That she should be able to read her textbook. Even if you're
Yeah.
reading a maths book, you have to read, and only then you will be able to solve the problem. If you're
Agree.
doing EVS, you have to read to understand what is written. So your eventual goal is that the child should be able to read
Read.
and comprehend instructions, right? For that, if I'm using a very easy method, a very systematic method, wouldn't you want to go for that?
Won't I agree to that, but won't be it's very confusing for the child. They'll be thinking that uh, I don't know.
No,
Matlab,
so
I
it's not
feel
because
that's yeah.
it's not because the school is telling you to mug up. But here I'm telling you, if you have to write a spelling, you can just write it using your logics, right? So which method will you prefer? Tell me. I
Yeah,
think the one
logic.
where which makes it very easy and logical for you. So
Yes.
that's what, so there are a lot of kids who are coming, like I have more than 80 kids I'm teaching right now,
Yeah.
and I would say 60 or maybe 65 out of them are from conventional schools. Why they have opted for phonics is they are like, even if the school is not doing, we are ready to pay for those services and we are ready to outsource those services because we want the child to do it passionately. We don't want to force this on the child because they're finding it very difficult. Or maybe with my elder one I found it very difficult, but for my younger one I feel now I know how the other kids are doing it so easily,
Yeah.
so I want to opt for it.
Right. And for how long this course is? If the child starts at 3, for example, for how long kids should be into phonics and learn phonics, and then they can easily read
All
properly.
right, a very very good question. So if a child starts at 3, by 3.5, or maybe before that only, child would know all the sounds,
Yeah.
right? And another 4 months the child would be able to read decodable books,
Okay.
right? And another 5 months, the child would be able to pick up any book and read anything and everything and write also. So it takes like almost a year, but the child is able to read anything and everything. So by, let's say if you start at 3, so by 4.2, 4.3, the child will be able to do all of this.
So phonics take up, you just said that they'll be able to write. But
Yes.
phonics, don't it cater only to reading?
Segmenting, writing. Let's say if I'm telling you to write cat, now you know there are 3 sounds. Actor. But you
Right.
might not know the sequence of the sounds. In your mind, there are 3 sounds, t, k, and. But how do I assess that you will be able to write them in correct sequence? So writing is also very, very important part of
Yeah.
this program. Also, if you go to any of the other countries, let's say America or maybe UK, they start writing at the age of 6.
Yes.
Yes,
They
but
start writing very
fortunately,
late.
unfortunately, here we start at the age of 4,
Yeah.
right? And I tell the parents that for writing, literally writing take it easy, because eventually they will all write. The children don't want to write because their finger muscles are still developing.
Sweet.
Yes, But yes, to assess them, I have to check that do they know the right sequence of the sounds or not. So that is why that is, it is an important
It is an
part.
important part. So I think phonics is doing a great, great job, and I think we should all include phonics. What's your last take you want to tell to all the moms who are still thinking that should we opt for phonics or should we let school take all the doing whatever?
I would just say that opt for this program, make the journey very easy for the child, and also I would rather say the child will come back to you and say that, Mama, can you order more books for me? Don't you think that's, aren't you waiting for that?
That day. Yeah.
So I would just request everyone that, and I would also say that I conduct online sessions because now moms want to learn. So, when they sit and they get to learn so many spelling rules, and when I get a feedback that, ma'am, even I did not know all of
Same.
this.
Same.
So that's where I feel that's my high. That I feel, yes,
Yeah.
now I've done my job, I'm passing on what I know to the mothers. Children we anyways teach.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think you have said it rightly. Even I never knew the double E rule will give E sound because I think since ages we are also mugging up the, and we still open Google sometimes to see what is the spelling of this because we have not been taught the phonics way. But now our kids will be. Thank you so much, Kiran ma'am, for that.